this is unconfirmed. I haven't been able to confirm this, but I heard this unconfirmed report that the Americans evacuated their bases, the one that I just showed you, the Fifth Fleet, right? For example, they told the soldiers to leave the base so they don't get killed, and then they told them to go shack up in hotels. And so, you know, they kind of basically just used the civilians in the hotels as human shields, right? Because the Americans and the Israelis constantly bitch about how Iran and Hezbollah and Hamas and everyone they don't like, right, including the Viet Cong, use human shields. Right? Always, all the time. And as usual, it's really just a confession. So this is now going into March 1st. So today, again, Iran hit the Fifth Fleet again. You see it up in smoke. Gone. Right? This is just now, like in the last couple of hours. This is really embarrassing stuff. It really is embarrassing. Okay? I mean, look at this video. The thing is just completely on fire. It's unreal. We've never seen anything like this before. And you know, people used to give Iran a lot of shit. They would say, oh, well, you know, they're telegraphing, excuse me, their moves, right? They're telling the Americans in advance that they're going to bomb this and that base. And that's true, actually. They did do that. I can at least confirm that they did that last time for the Al Udeid base in Qatar, right? But that's because of just the policy, the way that the Iranians want to avoid casualties, right? Like and I'll come back to this afterwards in terms of the mentality and their ideology and so on. But you look at this now. I mean, there is no doubt whatsoever. They are really 100% serious about this. There is no going back. There is no going back. And this nonsense that CENTCOM, US Central Command, are putting out that, oh, there's 3 casualties. 3 casualties. By the end of this video, after I've shown you all of the clips that I've collated and put together, you have to be brain dead to believe that there are just 3 casualties, 3 KIA. I mean, that is a statistical impossibility. Now let's move on to the UAE. This is the Burj Al Arab Hotel in Dubai. That was also hit, and I'm guessing again the Americans evacuated their troops from the base and told them to go shack up in the hotel, and that's why Iran hit it. Because you know what is this pattern of hitting hotels? Why would you do that in Manama and then do it again in Dubai? It just, you know, there's something off here. So the only explanation that I think makes sense is the Americans told their troops to go and shack up there. Now, there are other reports that Iran didn't hit the hotel. It was an interceptor, and the interceptor, you know, broke off into pieces, and some of those pieces hit the hotel, and then it caught fire. That's the other explanation. And that's also very plausible, but I don't think it applies necessarily to Burj Al Arab. I would say maybe more with Burj Khalifa, that hotel, right, which was also damaged. In this clip, you can see. Right, so you see it got intercepted right next to the building, next to the skyscraper, so it's normal that there would be debris falling around. Here, this is Palm Jumeirah, okay, the area, that was also hit and damaged. Yeah. Moving on to Jordan. Jordan also got hit. They hit the Ezra Air Base. Yeah. Moving on to Syria. Syria was also hit. I think they hit the El Tanaf garrison right after Palmyra, so basically in the east. Okay, that's where the Americans have an air base, and they kept it during the entire war. So the Iranians hit that in Syria. There's also a report that they hit the Golan Heights, an area in the Golan Heights. I'm guessing the Americans have some asset there, or the Israelis certainly 100% are in the Golan Heights. So that's probably what it is, right? But we have no footage of that. Iraq. Here you can see Kataib Hezbollah. So they're part of the Hashd al-Sha'bi, the popular mobilization forces in Iraq. The resistance, basically, right? They helped fire a bunch of things at Erbil. So Erbil is in the Kurdish region of Iraq, and the Americans have I think their most expensive diplomatic compound for the moment is over there. So that's what was hit. And there's the international airport. They've got barracks, etc. So they hit that several times yesterday and today. You can see the smoke rising up from there, and then yeah, and then this video basically released by Kataib Hezbollah showing the drones being launched, performing this function in a support role or support capacity to help Iran after Iran was attacked and Sayyid Ali was assassinated. And here you can see better footage of Erbil. The place is absolutely on, I mean, it's completely on fire, right? And here you can see other missiles being fired by IRGC ground force. Yeah, so I mean, every single US base in the region is just being pummeled right now. It makes the other strikes we saw in the past look like a joke. It really does. It really does.